Amen. Boy, the Father was present today with us for sure. Well, if I've ever seen proof of God today, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. So what will it take? What will it take for to get phone calls, to get the communication started here? I don't know. I don't know why I haven't gotten any phone calls. I've placed, let's look through as evidentiary purposes how many phone calls were made to these top people. So apologize the interruption here, but and make sure that lady got a shower. And Elijah made dinner. So we sat down and had dinner and tried to have a peaceful meal and just feel normal for a minute, try to have some normalcy. So she got warm shower, not running water. I need to work on that. Man, I'm such a minimalist, but we'll see. We'll see what the Most High has in store for us here. So all glory to the Father, all things after his counsel and his own pleasure I give. Only by the will of the Father did today go the way it did. So I'm definitely going to have to get a lawyer now. There's no way around that. After today, I'm sure, unless they call me in the morning and want to settle this, I'm calling my attorney and we're going to end this. We're going to end this. This has gone too far now. It's just gone too far. So we're going to get an attorney. Last time this cost, about $25,000 to cover this attorney. So I think that's what it was. It was cost, but he's the, so go back and watch the last live stream for the very beginning and you'll see what happened. If you want to see what happened, go watch the last. And I've been live streaming for a week straight now. I've held my son here and his girlfriend at this property, trying to keep them safe. And we would try to go get her a shower with running water today instead of, a bucket shower. But you get the shower room, there's showers here. There's multiple showers. So here in America, it cost me, I think it was $20,000 to $25,000 last time to get Elijah out of jail on this same case. Well, it's too late. It's already happened. I already kidnapped him for a week, Bob. So too late. Already took him. Even today, wouldn't let the cops have him. Go watch the stream. The cops there, they're not going to let the cops have him. I'm not going to let these cops take him and put him in prison because none of this should have ever happened today. This is all unnecessary. So go watch the last live stream from the beginning and you'll see what I'm talking about. All things after his counsel. I'm sure that I saw the Lord present today with me. Thank you, Father, for protecting me from Sam. And thank you, Sam, for not shooting me, for letting me get the cat out of the back of the car there. Poor kitty. Poor kitty. This is getting out of hand, guys. This is getting completely out of hand. This is getting out of hand. If you're doing it for the right reasons, which you seem like you should have took the legal route to keep him. Yeah, I have taken the legal route. I've taken and arrested him and done everything. I'm not worried about what do you mean legal. So, okay. So is this going to be murder? Get out of here, Bob. You're an asshole. Bye, Bob. Bob wants to see somebody killed. Fucking people, man. All right. Have some reservation, Tracy. Keep no more, please. Thank you. All right, guys. I'm in a situation here, and I've tried for a whole week to get this county to look at my son's the evidence, and I've shown you. We're going to do it for evidentiary purposes right out. Darn it, where is that phone? Hold on, guys. I've got to find this phone because this is all evidentiary stream. I've been streaming all week, pleading with both these counties to fix this technicality. I mean, there's just watch. We're gonna clear this. This should have never happened today. This should have never happened today. I'm beside myself, and now I'm gonna have to take and sell everything I have, and I'm gonna get this. We're gonna make this happen, just like I did last time. I'll do whatever it takes to keep my son from being railroaded. So we've been here before with this county. I've already proved myself. So I want to show you that in this stream, this is the head of probation in Lane County. Me having this whole problem. This is the head of probation, Kresha Brunsman, and she is writing Elijah on October 5th, 2023. This is her. So for evidentiary purpose, screen capture if you want, and you can start calling these people again, because the only thing I think kept us alive out here, guys, is everybody who's been calling on this live stream. It's amazing how technology has worked in our favor here, so to speak. He said, you must be as esteemed as the potter's clay. You must turn their works upside down. So, thanks for coming. Thanks. I don't believe in luck, but no such thing as luck, but thanks for coming in. So, this says, I have contacted Officer Black at the Sherman Center, which is in Lane County, Oregon, and he informed me that you have 23 hours completed and your community service, leaving a balance of 30 hours. 30 hours. A balance of 30 hours. Elijah's done over 100 hours since this county will not let up. This county will not let up. They will not let up. And so, not this county, because thank you, Sam, today for not shooting me when I went to get the cat out of the car. So, I'm trying to do this peacefully, guys. For one whole week, I've been streaming, sometimes 16 hours plus a day, pleading to both these counties to resolve this issue. It's an issue that should be easy to be resolved. And I pleaded even before it ever came to this. It's going to come down to evidence, guys. And I feel a little off today, but I ain't concerned about that, guys. I got to do what I got to do to keep my son from going and getting thrown in, having, the chance of being murdered in a prison or raped or something, or, I don't want this. He has not done, he's gone through the exact procedures times two. The exact procedures times two, meaning he did the probation and now did again. He's done. I told you he had 30 hours to do. He has 30 hours to do by the head of Lane County Probation. The head of Lane County Probation is telling him he has 30 hours to complete. A balance of 30 hours, a balance of 30 hours. And I've already shown this to the police, so they know that. I just had the police today saying, hey, are you guys watching me? The one who pulled down the driveway, and I wouldn't let my son, he came and he turned on his lights when we hit the driveway here. And I told my son to go home. We're not stopping. We're not going to give you up to these people. They're tyrants. This should not have ever even happened. So, he has 30 hours to complete. As of 30 hours, there are 30 hours owed from a balance. Now, a balance means from the whole, and there's an hour. The balance of 30 hours owed. That's it. That's done. And you're owed. And he's already done 100, guys, at least since then. He's done almost plus 300, and they only had to do 180 or so. He's almost done 400 hours. They will not give him any credit for they put him in jail illegally, put him in jail, detained him and arrested his wrist, arrested his body, and put him in jail. And I've had contact with this county in Lane and said, if you do that to him again, or think you can do that again, you did that illegally. You're not looking at this evidence. I have all of it. But the head of probation, Cresha Johnson, or Cresha Brunsman here, you can see that she tells Elijah that he has 30 hours, and he's done more than the 30 hours, guys. He's done that times 3 at least, and then he did the original back then, but he just put his head down and did it again. So here you see the head of probation telling him he has 30 hours, and they will not stop. This is tyranny, guys. I cannot believe that this is, but I'm glad that I believe in a higher power. I believe it's the only thing that's protecting us right now. This doesn't even make sense, and I know it has to be him anyway. So all glory to the Father. Today, wow, what a day. You know, what a day. Thank you, Father, for protecting me from these tyrants who will not seem to let up. Driving past my house, got state troopers, got sheriffs, got binoculars. It's ridiculous, guys. They're not going to let up until, well, tomorrow I'm getting an attorney. I'm going to have to go back and do this. I didn't want it, guys. I tried to resolve, but they don't want it. I've been doing it for a whole week. I now have hundreds of hours of evidence they're going to have to go through on this. This ain't going to be cheap for me, guys, either. If I enter into this, then all this is evidence. But I don't, it's not. It only take a little bit, and I think they're going to have to throw this out like that and settle. And so, oops, we made a mistake. It's just criminal, guys, what these people have done to my son. To put somebody in jail over something they've already done, and then I call the head of probation, and she don't want to confirm any of these things. That was the terms of his release into her county. The head of probation, Cresha Brunsman, needs fired. I've made several calls to her in her office and stuff. Guys, we've had hundreds of calls poured into that county now, and I appreciate the support because I think you guys are keeping this. You guys are keeping us alive. Seriously, because I don't think if you call over there, they're calling people slut. They called my son's wife a slut who's on for, she can document it. Now watch, guys, since this email that I just showed you, that he had 30 hours to complete, his girlfriend can for sure confirm 58 hours that she's gone and worked with him over with these. So at least 30 of these hours she's worked with him. There's a witness that Elijah has done these 30 hours, plus she has another 28, plus he's done. This is criminal, and they will not stop. They've even revoked his probation, issued a warrant for his arrest, and I already called the county and told him, if you do that, I will arrest him. That's why today, when we went to try to get her a shower, about getting a bite to eat, something, you know, we've been stuck here, closed in for a week, barricaded. I've not let them leave. At one point, again, Elijah, I took their batteries, took their keys from them, and said, you're not giving yourself up to this county, Elijah. It's not going to happen. We have the evidence to beat this easily. If they'll just, I've called the district attorney. I've tried to get a hold of the sheriff, Michael Taylor. I've spoken with Susie at community service here and part of probation. Left Mr. Greer, head of probation in Lake County. Obviously, Sam, who today, you know, follows down the driveway, got smoked out. Apologize. My driveway's so silty there, Sam. You're going to have to go back and wash your truck. But I told you, you shouldn't even have to follow me down here. I would have let Elijah stop, you know. But no, you would easily throw him in handcuffs and never even give him a chance. So thanks for giving me a chance today and not shooting me when I was getting his cat. Imagine if his wife's cat, you know, all in the middle of this too, guys. This is insane. Well, if you want to email Cresha Brunsman and let her know, or Lane County, because that's the county, Greetje. This is a copy of what's my son's. He has a much better, but if you can see, that's her name right there. Greetjte, Cresha Brunsman, Brunsmann at lanecountyOR.gov. And just, you know, You call it any time the non-emergency line and say, this guy just showed me evidence online that your head of your probation department told this man he had 30 hours. And guys, there's at least, Elijah's done at least 100 since then. And they put him in jail and won't give him any credit. I know, it is what it is. I can still show you that it, I know you can see this. A balance of 30 hours, a balance right here, a balance. He has a balance of 30 hours owed. Gosh, I'm not doing very good. 30 hours owed, guys, right there. 30 hours owed. And he's already done. He's finished, guys, and they won't stop. And now they issued a warrant. So he's in this. I brought him back to the county where they were going to arrest him. They gave him the option to go in and turn himself in, or drive over here to Lake County and turn himself in. So he drove over here, and I took and arrested him instead of letting him turn himself in. I arrested him. So this is over the top, guys. So I have to get an attorney tomorrow, and it's going to be, there's my only option now. They do not want to negotiate. So I guess I was trying to do this, and I'm going to file lawsuits now, guys. If I have to get an attorney, I'm going to have to file a lawsuit now. I mean, I'm going to have so much money into this, and it ain't about the money. It's the fact that I tried to do it without spending any money. I wanted just to have the communication. It shouldn't take lawyers and all this. It should just take one call. Should take care of this. One stitch of evidence I just showed you. Now we need to figure out what's going to happen with Crescia, after knowing that she had sent Elijah something, an email that said he had 30 hours, and he's been in jail, and they wouldn't even give him credit for the hours by jailing him. This is criminal, guys. There's just so much that I'm repeating. If all this evidence gets looked at that I've just been able to show you, that would be pulled either via, because this is the digital age. All of it is digital. Every evidence that I told you is either via phone call or on the internet, but they're acting like we're in 1900 or something, and we don't have internet. We don't have, none of this is being documented, and we can't trace phones and get all these records, and it's insanity to me. So I don't think in any way, just from the hundreds of hours now that I've streamed, that it's going to be cheap for an attorney. So, I mean, the last time it cost $25,000 or something again to get him through and out. But hey, he didn't go to jail or prison, and they got this sentence, so he can go do probation. And he did all his time, guys. He's the only one of 5 people in this whole thing that got busted, and they all got busted for the same thing who went to jail. They've treated him so completely different than anybody else. His whole case can be shown as it's not ever, you don't spring the last of your probation on somebody in the last of their, you have these 133 hours to complete at the very last, not 90 days of a 3-year stand. That's stupidity. You're not going to find another case like that. That's not how it's done. Like I said, there's miles and piles and piles and miles of evidence. There really is. So I look at today and I feel really bad because I wouldn't let my son stop the vehicle. And, like I said, went up to go take a shower, and then in turn, we weren't far from the house, so it's just trying to get the lady a spinner a week without, running water. So, unfortunately, guys, I'm going to have to ask if anybody can help. That's a big bill to cover, which I don't. And whatever, I'm going to sell that land next door, I guess. We'll fund Elijah's and maybe mine too. We'll see today. I don't know if I'll be, like I said, I've pretty much kept him from the county, so I'm sure I'm going to face some kind of charges. I wouldn't let him stop the vehicle today so he can go be thrown in a rape cage. No thanks. I'm not going to let my son go to prison for something I know he doesn't. They should never wrongfully arrest him to begin with. So I'm doing the best I can as his father. And like I said, he's a good young man, and he's done everything he was told. I'm glad today he listened to me, and he didn't stop, because they don't care. They'll throw him in prison. They'll throw him in prison. They will. They don't care. They've shown that. They will not look at a stitch of evidence. So tomorrow I'm going to definitely have to go get this attorney, guys. I didn't want to, this is not what I want to do with my life. Go through this stupid legal battle with them. But if that's what it takes, I'll do it for my son. It's okay. You know, I've done it before, so I'll do it again. It's not the first time. Been there, involved in the whole case, guys. The whole case. The whole case, I was involved in his case. That's why I don't understand how they don't figure that they can't cancel me out anymore, guys. And they can't cancel the evidence. All they really should do is contact me tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning, 8, 7, 6, right now. All right, guys, we want to settle this, Tracy. I pleaded for communication. I pleaded for some line of communication to get this going, but they don't want to. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to get an attorney. I've been there before. It's not like I want to do this, but when you have to do what you have to do. So here we go. And yeah, I'll let you know. This sucks, man. It's now official. Believe that Adriana has lost her job over this. This sucks, guys. I don't know how long she's worked there, guys. I know she's worked there for a while, and that's a good job. And now she's lost her job over this, man. This is stupid, dude. This is so stupid how this could have been prevented. She went and did 58 hours with them, and that bitch Gresha is going to sit there and have somebody, in her county that works with her call her a slut. The chief of police called Elijah's wife a slut, guys. It's pretty sad, man. It's pretty sad. Yeah, I did. I called her a bitch. I'm so frustrated, guys. I'm tired. Flipping that tire over hurt my hip, that hip that I'd hurt earlier. So it is what it is. I know it's the Father today, though. Thank you, Father. Man, if I had never seen, I know for sure. I'm a believer in God. You guys know that, the Most High. And well, I know it today. He covered us. He covered us in the blood of the Lamb. He covered us today. We were protected. Thank you, Father, for protecting my son and keeping us from getting shot and, keeping us alive here to go through the suffering, even though it sucks to be here sometimes, but he said we have to endure to the end to be saved. So we have to go through the suffering that he puts us through, these fiery trials. It's just part of, whose law we go by. Whose law we go by. He said you can't serve two masters. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. This ain't no game. I ain't playing games in here. This is real life today, guys. I cannot believe what just happened today, but it is what it is. Thank you, Father, for getting us home safe. And that I can have a dinner with my son. He cooked dinner tonight. I'm cool. Son cooked dinner and got to hang out with this lady. And like I said, Elijah's not getting booked. I'm not giving Elijah up. Elijah will not be given up. I proved today I'm not giving him up. You heard me tell that police officer, you're not getting him. You're not. He's mine now. I arrested him. I put his wife under citizen's arrest for her safety. And so what a day, man. What a day. Who would have ever thought that it would make it this far? But I'm hoping, guys, they're going to have to do something with this evidence now. Here's a whole nother bit of evidence, guys. Here's a whole nother bit of evidence for them to look at. You guys, I was asking Sam when he parked out at the end of the driveway if he was live streaming, and he was flashing his lights on and off, guys, knowing that he was on. Why would he flash his lights off when I was asking him questions like he was communicating with me? Because they have the computer, guys. They've been watching. He said they are watching the live stream. So that's what I'm saying. What is Sam Birch doing right now? Because I just showed you the fact that Elijah only needed 30 hours to complete then in October, and he's done at least 100. If they actually gave him, because they jailed him wrongfully, They jailed him wrongfully. If they gave him the credit for every 8 hours you're in jail, you're supposed to get 16 hours of, but I found all the state law that talks about all this, but they don't want to give him, he'd have like 400 hours, guys, 300 plus, almost 400 hours. It's just incredible what this man has been put through by the system. And it's still trying to fuck him and have him ass fucked by some man. Yeah, anal penetration by being locked in a jail with nothing but men. Prison for 5 years. You don't think that could ever happen to him? I apologize for my cursing, guys. I just don't know what else to do here. I'm filthy rags too. Look, I've made mistakes, you know, but this is crazy. I mean, I will do whatever it takes to keep Elijah from, they're not going to get this law, this, whatever it is they want to call themselves, because it's not law. They're not, this is thuggery. I want to bring up another thing, guys. It really needs, do you know how many people are scared in this town? What are you talking about, Marissa? I just don't want you to pay a lawyer only for him to say he has to be booked shortly after. He's not going to be booked. There's not going to be anybody's going to be booked. Elijah's not going to go to jail. You understand? Elijah's going to get his certificate of completion. Elijah's going to go on with his life. Or I'm going to die trying. You understand that? He didn't commit any crime. Today I made him not stop that car. So other than whatever today, if you look at everything, and that's not him, I told him, you better not stop, because I don't, it's proof that I've been keeping him here and not letting him do anything. He's going to go by this because he pleaded, don't come down here with your guns too, to the cops they called that wouldn't even listen to all the evidence. Sam, the one who's blinking the lights, and, you know, this is incredible. They can keep letting this go there. So this has to be a God. Go watch all these last 100+ hours or something of live streaming. That's going to be evidence, guys. This is all going to be evidence. It's all going to be evidence, guys. I'm trying so hard, man. I'm, you know, I don't want to let these people know that they're wearing me out or anything, but, you know, I'm only getting a couple hours sleep, and here and there, you know, trying to stay awake and make sure I have my eyes open. I don't want them to come in here and hurt my son and kill him. I will stand in front of that bullet. You better believe it. I would. In a country minute, I would. So I've already proven that. I don't need to prove anything else. I'm standing in front of a massive locomotive train trying to railroad my son again. And only with your guys' help is it held back. So I appreciate everybody. I just been overwhelmed at the support. Elijah and I have talked about the people that, the comments that have been made, that he's not a criminal. What has been done to him is criminal. Maybe I'm a criminal because I'm not turning him over to the law enforcement. And I don't know. Let's not do any super chat. I need to turn it off. I went to the mail today and thought there would finally be something there, lady, and there's nothing there. I don't know if AdSense just taking all this money. I haven't seen a dime of it yet. So I feel bad. I'm a little perplexed today, man. I don't want to get my son in no trouble. He didn't cause no trouble for 3 years. Just saddens my heart to know that he's been put through this with his wife, and the system is failing him terribly. He did what the system told him to do twice now, and they won't let up on him. So yeah, I apologize. I thought I had it, honestly. I thought all of it. I've done everything they've asked me to do, Lady in Red. I've done everything they've asked me to do. I've done all. There's AdSense is it's pretty lengthy. They run you through a lot, you know, and I've had to add, you know, my address checked and bank accounts, and I mean, whatever, it's a whole thing, but I don't know what it's missing. It says everything's there. So yeah, nobody's super chat. I'll try to make sure I come on next time. I don't have that on. There's a PayPal link, and I did believe I was able to put that link and then the Cash App link. So yeah, I already took care of that. It's how's the Holy Spirit led me so far? It tells me, who shall ever come after me? Let them deny themselves, take up their cross daily, and follow after me. So I have to be persecuted. I have to go through suffering. I can't set my cross down. I have to deny what it is that I want to do and do what it is that the Word of God tells me. Follow after him. Do what he did. He didn't go by the law, and they killed him for it. They killed him for not going by the law, brothers and sisters. He said, follow after me. He said, I also did foreknow who I did predestine. Thank you, lady in red. To conform to my image. You have to do what he did. So that's what I'm doing. Marissa, this attorney that I'm hiring is my attorney, so he won't screw anybody over. No screwing. They already know if John has to, if I have to hire, I think, guys, I think that's what it's going to take. And this sucks because John already dealt with his case to get him out of jail. He's the one I had to pay $25,000 to get him out of jail the first time, guys. So, I don't know. We'll just sell the land next to me. I'll sell the land next door, the 20 acres that I have the deed to, and we'll fund this to get it taken care of. I don't know how long it'll take to sell. If anybody wants to donate, there's a Cash App in the and a PayPal link somewhere in somewhere I have it. My moderators will drop it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little teetering here. This is my back is, my hip is. I didn't think I. Not ready for physical pain too, guys, right now. I'm already just mentally anguished in pain, but to see my son have to go through this and trying to hold back this train, guys, trying to hold back this train that's trying to railroad my son, and I'll do anything and everything it takes. I think I proved that again today. I'm not going to let him take him. I'm not going to give this young man up to this, whatever this isn't law. Woe to those who call good evil and evil good. This is, we are there. What has been reversed. So it's okay, guys. I know it's of God. So I want you to know, those who are followers of mine, I'm trying to document evidence. I'm trying to do what's right. And you guys know that I know that all things are after his counsel, his own pleasure. So I know he's creating these things and doing. I saw him today. Look in that video when I'm telling that officer to stand down. You think that's me? Well, it's me, but what is him leading me, guiding me? He, with the heart of God. Remember, 2 times in Ephesians 6, he tells us to put it on. So, we'll make it through this, guys. I don't know how. God will make the way. He's a way maker. Remember, Hados. I am the narrow way, he said. So, I can do this, but it's hard to witness this, guys. It's hard to witness my son's girlfriend, to wife, to have to be put in the middle of all this, when even Elijah now, he hasn't committed any crime, 2019. So everything like he was supposed to do, did everything without getting in, never got in trouble one time. So I don't know. I know I haven't gotten enough sleep, guys. I'm just not sleeping well. When I get that one day, 38 minutes or something of sleep. So, but I got to come on here and let you guys know that we're all right for now. We made it home, and we'll see what they'll do in the morning, I guess. I don't think they're going to do anything, guys. That's why I'm going to go ahead and call my attorney, and unless they just want to settle this and be done. And I really wish that they do. I don't want to sell the land that I have and work so hard to have that, and wanted to do other things with it eventually, trying to pay this one off and donate this one to the church. So we'll see. God will make a way. Like I said, he said, I am the Hados, I am the way, I am the Aletheia. So the truth will set you free. So that's what he said. Aletheia is the truth. So hopefully it will be revealed, and we will be set free of this tyranny that's been I've tried so hard to help my son through this, and that's what I don't understand, is it's like they wanted to ignore me, but they can't ignore me. I've been a part of it, and now I've just shoved myself in front of them and not going to let them take them away. So thank you, Father, for bringing us through this day. It's unbelievable. I was telling my son they should write a book about this, guys. That this would be our movie. This would be a great movie. It would be so unbelievable. You don't think so? Go watch the video today. Go watch the last live stream. Watch it from the beginning. You don't have to watch all of it, guys. Just watch the beginning. So thank you, Father, for giving me the strength, man. I appreciate the support that you've sent this way to this channel. It's you doing this, Father. I know it's you doing this, so I'm not losing faith. Not going to lose faith. Not a chance. Just a little tired, guys. But I'm going to try to get some rest here in a little bit. I can't stay on too long because I got to rest, man. A little bit, you know. I'm only going to probably just lay down. That's my problem, is I lay down and I just can't go to sleep. You know, I'm worried about my son over there and them coming in any minute. But maybe they do want some kind of peace, because they didn't shoot me today. And thank you, Sam, for not shooting me. I don't want to get shot. I don't want to die. But I would step in front of a bullet for my son. Any day of the week, man. If he was a piece of shit, not a good kid, I wouldn't. And he deserved his judgments, and he wasn't a good young man, then I would let him. I already told him that to his face, guys. I would never lie. I'm telling you, I told him, son, if you were a viper and you were swine and you weren't trying to be righteous, and he's done righteous things. He's a good young man. So I'll step in front of every bullet they want to throw at him. And like I said, what do you want to make some kind of backyard deal or something? All right, he's getting 5, give me 5. I'll go do 5. What's it, money to you? Is it money to you, county? Is this all about money? Is this about money? Then put me in jail then. Throw me in prison. I'll do the 5, whatever. He had 5, he was supposed to go in for 5. I'll go do the 5. Put me in, but don't put him in. He needs his life back. He needs his life. His life has been taken from him for at least, a year and a half into his probation. If I'd have just had the money, guys, I could have paid this off, and this would have never happened. So I know this is the Father. He wouldn't be going through this if I could have just paid his restitution at 18 months. Ryan Solberg knew that he had no community service hours to complete because they were already completed. That's why it would have been there. And that's why we're petitioning to have him released early, because he'd done everything he was supposed to do already. People get in trouble. He got in trouble. He did what he was supposed to do. Remember, I said 5 people all got arrested for all the same things, all the same crimes, all got arrested, and he's the only one to go to jail? How's that even a thing, guys? My son has been so poorly mistreated from the beginning, and I know it has a lot to do with me and my doings out here exposing this county for their corruption. So I want to put it on record, even though this town is loved by a lot of people, guys, this town, the law enforcement, is known for being thuggery out here. Even when I remember when I hired my attorney to back Elijah, I think I was trying to remember that. I don't remember how many attorneys he had before I finally be able to come up with the funds. God, this has been a long road, guys, with this young man. And yeah, he made a mistake, but he paid for his crime. He's the only one out of 5 people to go to jail, guys. That's so criminal alone. I don't think any of them would spend a day in jail. No, they were already done, Marissa. Where would you ever get that from? It was the restitution that needed paid, not the community service hours. I was trying to pay off his restitution. His community service hours were already completed here back in Lake County, and now he's made to do them double. Double. And he puts his head down and does it. Like I said, his girlfriend. How about you bail him out? What are you talking about, Tim Brown? So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just make this an evidentiary again, because there's just hundreds of hours of me streaming with the evidence. It should be very obvious. I already stuck the evidence up to the screen. Marissa, it wasn't a debacle. You've been in here for a minute, Marissa. How are you not getting this? And I'm not trying to be short with you. I'm just a little tired because you've been in here for Marissa. I'm going to say this again from the beginning. Elijah completed all his community service hours to leave this county. That was the terms of the condition of his release. That's why it never said anything about it on his action report plan when Ryan Solberg transferred him. So when we visited at 18 months, he can get off halfway. What he needed was to pay his restitution. His hour was already completed. That's why nothing was said. If I'd have had the money right there, which I can't remember, $7, $8, $9, $10,000, I just didn't have it. I just couldn't. Guys, I don't have any income. Zero income. Yeah, no, my son's not going to jail. So, hopefully they'll call and we'll get this settled in the morning. I think the evidence is out there now. This guy means business over there. He ain't giving up. Can't just run him off. I've been in this county for a while. They're known for running people off, and I haven't left. This county's known for running people off that are living, guys. The law, the farmers, they're all in cahoots. The money, it's Billy Bob. You ever heard of that system, Billy Bob? When I got my son and his attorney that I have, he said if Elijah, he told him if he was in any other county, he'd be out by now. So I'm going to have to hire that attorney again. So this county's already dealt with him, and he got it taken care of last time. So I tried to not have to spend money, guys. And I'm not that I'm a cheapskate. I'm a veteran, honorably discharged veteran. I don't get benefits. I don't get Social Security. I don't get any money. I earn every penny. See these hands? Those are hands that earn their keep. Fixing, buying, saying, so I'll make honest money and do honest things. And I've been robbed, and I couldn't even get this county to help me, guys. I got robbed and couldn't even get this county to help me. And I know this stuff is still probably sitting 10 miles from me. So, and I told them in this county, and they don't want to help me, but I'm the one exposing them. So why are they going to help you? So it's been a little bit of a drag, guys, to get here, but I'm hoping that the Lord will pull us through. He's a way maker, and he always seems to make a way. He always seems to make a way. So he'll make a way here. I know he will. Yeah, you're worried about germs. You're going to die because you have no immunity. There was life before hand sanitizer. I can't stand the world today, guys. People are just so far a touch from any reality. Germs. I'm worried about germs. Those are washed hands. That's what your hands look like when you wash. Those are calluses. Such people are such idiots. So it's okay. I need to focus on my son, not on idiots. I have idiots that wear police badges that can't even do their job. Ask these ones out here, and they don't want to do anything. So I've called the police commissioner out here, or the basically the head of the police, the elected sheriff. If they don't have that out here, the sheriff's office. Can't get him to, I have documented, I've been trying to get him to call me for more than a year. What are they going to do about that when they have evidence that I could prove? I've been trying to communicate with this county for way more than a year. I have a pretty massive lawsuit, and I don't want to do that. But if I have to spend all this money, I'm going to have to try to figure out how to recoup. You know, I worked hard to get the money to buy that land. Again, I don't have an income like most people have. I was a single dad of this young man that I'm standing up for nearly 8 or 9 years, you know, and took care of him without, you know, having any Social Security to take care of him. I didn't get child support from his mom. She was doing her thing. If I couldn't take care of him, why do I need her money for? So can't take care of somebody. What do you need money for? No, absent parent. I understand sometimes, guys. I don't want to get into all that, but anyways, he's worth all my time, and I'd do it in a million lifetimes for Elijah. He's a good young man, guys. He's a good young man, and he has made some mistakes when he's younger. I got him caught into things that he shouldn't have even had been in, you know, wrong place, wrong time, being with dad, because dad's super active, like with what I do out here, trying to expose these people for their fraud. I want to live in this town, and I don't want these cops to be able to run these people around anymore, guys, out here. And they're really known for doing that. People are very scared of these cops out here. I encourage, I'm going to get the news involved. I'm going to kind of give them probably tomorrow. We'll see what what this attorney wants to do, guys. But, you know, I think once the news got a hold of this, they need to put this county, all these police officers under investigation out here. Because if the news came out here and interviewed the people in this town about the police, I bet you would get some of the craziest stories. People are afraid of them out here, guys. Not many people will be like me to stand up to these people out here, to the law out here. But I encourage you to call the news and have them come out and investigate Christmas Valley in Lake County. And you'll find there's a lot of corruption out here. There's a lot of corruption, and they're known for being bullies. And there's a lot of, like, a lady that she found $4,500 in a clear bag and gave it back to the cops. Like the next day, she put it in a completely separate bank account, kept it separate, gave back to the arrestor, and put her in jail 6 months later. Now, she fought it and they backed down, but this thuggery that goes on in this town, they just intimidate the shit out of people. Just really overdo it, guys. You know, and because it's the poorest county, these thugs go out and do this stuff. A lot of it's done through probation, and there's a lot that I've been exposing out here. And I believe is provable, easy provable. You know, 5 guys involved in a theft. 5 guys involved. One's a rapist, 41-year-old man. 40-year-old one, the rest of them a bunch of teenagers. My son is the only one to go to jail. They all, same crime, and one to go to jail. One goes to jail. One, my son. It's so uneven. It's an unequal justice. My son is paid triple, 10 times 100 million times the price these other ones, and he keeps paying. Their guys are all, their lives are done. They got on with their lives. They don't have this. Their dad isn't Tracy John Warner. And I don't go by that name. I go by Apocalypse and Revelation now because I'm tired of this flesh. It's not who I am. I'm true to the Word of God, and I'm truth to revealing the truth is what I am sent here to do. That is the message, the aletheia, the truth. It's what sets you free. It's the only thing that's going to get me out of here. It's not to come back and be ruled. So that's what I've been trying to show you guys. All this evidence would be truth. This is what the truth lies in evidence. When you go into a court of law, you present that evidence in a court of law. Well, here's what was said. This is what was said on this phone call. Okay, does Elijah have any more hours? My attorney called. I have him involved. I'm involved. We want to make sure all his hours are zeroed out. I need, can I get in writing, anything? Well, no, he's got all this. No, I need to make sure that we make sure, double check. He has no hours. There's all this documentation. No, Elijah has. What are we going to do when they get that phone call and summons the phone call? This is the digital age with that office saying Elijah didn't have any more hours to complete. so he can leave and go back to Lane County, where his mom and his brother and his stepdad and his grandma, grandpa, nana, papa, all his uncle, that his family's over there. I'm the only one over here. They already were not very nice to him over here because of me. So he didn't want to be over here. And actually, if they remembered, they wanted to get him out of the county and let him go over there because his dad was over here raising a stir. They've forgotten all the way this went down. So they're going to get John Caligo in the morning if they don't settle this. And he settled it last time. Cost a lot of money to do. Or your son could have just not robbed the store place. He didn't rob any store place, you idiot. What store place you talking about? So, Gavin, you don't know your ass from a hole in the ground, do you? No, he didn't rob no store place. What do you mean, store place? Bye. Tori, I don't know, did you go watch the last live stream and see what happened? It just got, I don't know where they're going to go from here, but we'll see. We'll see. Try to go get his wife a shower so she can have some actual running water, not bucket showers. And I went and cleared the other big shower that I have out here. I have an outdoor shower and I had it full of storage stuff, guys. So we made sure I got all that out. I was showing you guys that shower before, the outdoor shower room. And she said it wasn't too bad, but I really would have liked for her just to turn on a switch and had some hot, consistent. Now she got hot water, and we have to do a little different off grid here. And like I said, I need to step up my game. If we get through this, I just really wish these young couple here could get their life back. That's all they've been trying to do is go through hoops and jump through all these hoops together, guys. She went through 58 hours of community service with him when he only needed 30. So there's 28 hours that she has done with him that he shouldn't have never done. And then there's hours that he's done that she wasn't even with him. Guys, this is criminal. I held up to the screen. I have held up to the screen the email from the head of probation that says he only had 30 hours owed. The balance was 30 hours owed. And he's done like 100 since then, guys. This is so hard to go through, man. I just know that it's God, but I don't know why, and I'm not trying to question it, but it's just, I think what this is going to do, guys, if they need to start doing all this digitally, guys, there should be no reason they should be able to track every single thing. This is insanity that they do so much of this on paper when we live in the age of, I think this is how they get away with their criminality. Tori, do me a favor, jump off this live and go back and watch the beginning of the last live. Let me sit back for a minute, guys, and take a breath. I got to rest for a second. I'm wearing out a little bit like that, guys. My hip is back. So you remember how my hip was feeling, guys, when I heard it back then? When I heard it, remember a couple of months ago how bad I was? It's getting bad already. I know I haven't felt this and strong in a while, so I know I did it flipping that tire over, guys, putting it in front of the gate so they couldn't come in here, take Elijah and put him in prison. So man, it's a mix between that hip and sciatic. So I'm trying to keep my head's, it's sciatica is what I'm experiencing with the hip at the same time. So it's a little tough. So I'm trying to fend through this and I'm a little tired. So, okay. Anyway, so, by the glory of God, thank you, God, for protecting us today and keeping us safe, and let me be able to come home and her get a shower here. And even though it wasn't the shower that I thought, she's pretty excited leaving here, thinks she's going to get running water, and I don't know what idiocracy me would not, get in the driver's seat, but I wanted Elijah. He's a car guy. That's all he does is cars. And it's only right up the road. We're 6-7 miles right up the road. I mean, it's sweet. You know, but it's okay. You know, not, you know, it is what it is. Um, the evidence will fall, just like in his last case. I'm like, don't treat my son any different, please. That's all I was going for, equal justice. 5 of them get busted, and he's the only one that goes to jail for a year. None of these other people. This one's a rapist, a known rapist who raped a Hispanic woman, married woman in Texas, and robbed her, and did 13 years in Texas before he had 12 years to do it. And that's how my son got caught up with this rat that the county out here obviously has some pretty big involvement with. So I've been so involved in this case, guys. The biggest mistake this county made was trying to think they could sweep me out of this. They might be able to mess with Elijah because he's on probation and he knows his dad says he got to jump through hoops. Elijah got to jump through all these hoops. Whatever they tell you, you've got to do, son. You can't mess it up. You just got to go through, and man's got to do it. I've always taught him, if you do the crime, then do the time. Face what it is that you've done. And he's done that straight up. Remember, he is the only one. How in the hell were there 5 people involved years ago, but there were 5 people involved, and he's the only one to go to jail? There's been such unequal justice, such unequal application of the law. So today I had to force my son to drive home and not stop, even though the cop he followed us for, I don't know where, he made it up almost to where we turned left to go to where the shower is at. And there he was. It's like, oh my goodness, are you serious? I said, well, just turn around, Elijah, we'll go home. I don't want no problems. So we turned around, and we were almost home, guys, almost home. The cop was behind us. He had his lights on. He followed us. Elijah wasn't speeding. There was no, he just drove. And even when he turned the lights on, I told Elijah, do not speed. I don't want to endanger anybody. There was nobody else on the road, but I don't want to endanger anybody. No reckless driving. That was not. I just said, drive home, Elijah. You know, you're not stopping. Do not stop. Do not. I apologize. Just cussing them. You're not. Do not stop this fucking car. And we're getting some rain here. What a trip. Let me let my dog see, guys. Oh my God. Oh shit. Oh, come on, guys. Come on, boys. Oh crap. Oh shit. Come on, guys. Oh. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Oh, I lost my mind. Oh, I lost my mind. Oh man, that was a mistake. Oh my gosh. Oh, I shouldn't have done that, guys. I didn't think about getting up fast. Oh shit. It was raining. I heard the rain on the rooftop, guys, and I got it because I don't want the dogs. They don't. Whatever, they've been all right for a minute. Oh, I'm going to pay for that. Oh, I'm going to pay for that. I love you, big guy. I didn't want you to get rained on. Make him up here with the bed. I love you guys. All right, guys. Oh. You can't believe like you think they're a child of God. Believe is not a thought in your head, but believe is a verb. So you got to put leg. Faith is a noun. Belief is a verb. So you got to put legs on that faith too. Remember, faith without works is dead. So now we got stuff just flying off the wall. I don't know if you heard that can just flying off the It is what it is. Crazier things have happened. Did you guys hear that? That can went a long way. I know you heard it. So, anyways. Hi, buddy. I love you. I know, guy. Oh, you'll be okay. Oh, man. Oh, big guy. Oh, big guy. Oh, biggest guy. Oh, stuff like that happens out here all the time, guys. Remember, I don't believe in ghosts. I believe in energy and spirit energy, but not like ghost or none of that. But there's a lot of energy on this place. No, things just fly off the walls out here. Things happen out here. I don't need to pay attention. This is my Tago, my 13-year-old little puppy. I cannot seem to figure out that he's a good boy. He's a good boy. You're a good boy too, Bites. Sorry, I have to sit back, man. My back, I got way too fast. Oh, he's a good boy. Oh, you guys are good guys. You guys are good boys. And there's my other puppy, huh? Where's my other one guy? Other puppy. Other puppin. Other puppin that I love. They love the dead. They love the dead. Oh my goodness. Oh, Father, help me, give me the strength. Yeah, there's demons, distribute us fortunes and lies. A demon is not a ghost. So a demon is a compliment in history, if you know your history, but most people don't. And most people don't know the definition of the word demon. So, or the word is pronounced demonion. So, anyways, I apologize. I haven't been able to teach more, guys. My life has been a little bit over consumed with this whole legal process going on. So, you know how much I love to teach and spread the word. And yeah. What is all that about? Did you hear that? What kind of growl was that there, puppy dog? Okay. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to call my attorney in the morning. I've been left no other choice. I tried for a whole week straight to get a peaceful resolution to this problem, but it didn't seem that these counties neither want to communicate. So I have an attorney in Lane County, and I'm going to obtain him, John Coligo. They're very aware of him and who he is here in Lake County, guys. He's dealt with them. Again, John is the one who I paid to get Elijah out. So I'm going to be looking at a pretty heavy retainer fee, but I'll do anything, and I'll sell the land. I'll sell everything I got for this young man. He didn't break any laws, and, you know, today I did force him to not stop. So we weren't just by the driveway. We weren't very far from the house, but there's no way I'm going to turn him over and allow him to be taken and put in handcuffs and arrested again. So the evidence is all there. Doesn't have to be your stupidity. They're Lord 42. So, by the way, Lord is a name out of paganism. So, but all glory to Jesus Christ, the Hamashiach, right? Our Lord Jesus Christ. So, our Lord Yahushua, Hamashiach, the great I am in the flesh, Shiloh. So, which one are we talking about? Oh. He brought us through today. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for Lord, art thou with me. Right? So thank you for carrying us today. And thank you, lady, and all the people who've been supporting this channel and my son through this tough time. And I think we're going to pull through it. I don't know how, but I know that unfortunately, I think Just like Ben, they could have taken money and this could all gone away. That's such a shame. And I want that to be told in the case as evidence that, and it will, that Elijah at 18 months had no community service. Otherwise it would have said it and he wouldn't have been able to be eligible. It would have been brought up and it wasn't because it had already been completed. So even halfway through, Elijah had already finished, done everything he was supposed to do. Halfway, he should have been let off. And because of money, he couldn't. So I'll throw up everything I own for this young man now. I wish I had the money back then. He wouldn't be going through it, but I will now. So Lake County, you're going to have John Kaligo calling you soon. Well, I'm calling him in the morning. So call me and tell me you want a resolution and a way out of this. Because if I have to hire an attorney, that's it. That's it. I'm going to have to recover my cost. And there's no way I'm going to let Kresha Brunsman rest after throwing my son in jail. I'm going to go after her job. I'm going to make it my job to make sure she loses her job. And I make it my job that every single probationary comes on to probation now is digitally tracked and traced. Every action plan and every community service should be already being tracked and traced. No, that's not the definition, sleepy kid. You're not taking it out of lexicon. That's a horrible translation. You going after trans gods or something? Baal in the Grove, the tranny god. That's not the definition of demon. No, it's not. Not out of the lexicon. It's not. I don't know where the hell you got that definition. That's not the definition of a demon. So you're out of here for lying. A demon is one who struggles lies, and that's what you just did. So, or fortunes. It used to be a compliment in history. A demon was a compliment. So people are such idiots. They just love their own translations, guys. That's what gets us in trouble. So we forward and twist the law. And that's what's happened here too. The word of God. And in this case, the law, right? And the law is, he is the word of God. So he is the law, the Shem, Agape, love, 2 John and 6, to walk and follow in the commandments. That is the law. That's we're under the new, remember the Testament. Hallelujah. So he'll bring us through, but it's just money. So this sucks. It's going to come down to money again. Mike will let money get in the way of my son going. So unfortunately, I tried for a whole week straight to get these people to communicate. But I bet you my attorney will get them to talk. I bet you my attorney will get him to talk because he's already dealt with them in this county. They know who he is. I already hired him to get Elijah through this last bit of struggle anyways. So John is the one that I kept referring to. It's just unfortunately that, you're looking at, a good chunk of change, $25,000 for him to take and do anything. Not a cheap attorney, but he knows what he's doing. So he will make sure that Elijah does not get fucked. That's what I wanted to hire him for last time, to make sure that he didn't, and he didn't. And so this county's going to get John Kaligo tomorrow if they don't call me. So if you're still listening to this, I gave you all the chance in the world before you made me hire an attorney. But once I hire this attorney, and I'm going to get that money, whatever it takes, I already have. I know I already weigh that I'll be able to get all this if it takes. I don't want to sell my soul here, you know what I'm saying? But whatever it takes, I have this land, and that's what I'm thinking. Maybe I can make an offer with somebody I know is interested. And I've had a lot of people wanted to buy this land for me before I even finished paying it off. So this land on this side of this county, you guys, there's a lot of this county. It's if we could just get rid of this thuggery out here. And again, I want to make a mention that there are a lot of people that if they brought the news out here, guys, watch this. Lord's still in here. Person is idiocracy. So you still got. I don't know how far we'll go, right? With John, I don't think it'll take John too long. So I feel pretty comfortable. So that, John will make sure this gets taken care of, because John knows about, I know that I can give John that email. That email is going to be what gets Kresha. You better listen. That's what I understand. I've called these people, guys. I think Crest's going to lose her job over this, guys. And I'm not seeking vengeance, but the lady has failed this complete. If you're the head of probation, how do you not know that a probationary comes into your county? The terms of release were completion of the 180 hours before he got there. That was how he was. These two counties communicated together. That was his release. Okay, we'll let him in the county here. He needs all this done, guys. This is insanity. One thing, and then Elijah does it again. But I show you the email that says the head of probation says Elijah has 30 hours to do, and his girlfriend can at least document 58 hours of those 30 hours that he did. Wait a minute, Tracy, that's 28 or more hours than you said. I know he did 28 or more hours, and then he's done at least another 30 or 40, and then they put him in jail and he's not getting any time served. When it's all criminal what they've done to him. So I'm demanding. I'm going to make a demand. I've not made any demands. I've been peaceful. I've pleaded. I've asked. I've shown. I've displayed. I have made no demands. Not one. I've just asked them to look at the evidence and to have a peaceful conversation. I demand that Lake County call me by lunchtime tomorrow. And I'll have already talked to my attorney by then. If I don't hear from Lake County or Lane and reinstating Elijah's probation and then zeroing him out because it was already done back here, you made him do double. You made him do double. Do you understand? You made him do double the hours. You made him do double the hours. He's going to get reimbursed for those hours that he worked. He's going to get reimbursed for those hours. Once again, Marissa, I've already dealt with this attorney. Okay, this her attorney. It's my attorney. I gave Elijah my attorney that has, when you look in his eyes, you see hammerheads swimming around there and great white sharks. He don't play around, so he'll take care of this. I just didn't want to have to spend money to do this, and it's not like I wouldn't. I just thought this could be done without going. But after this incident today, I'm going to protect my son for sure. I'm going to make sure I have legal counsel now, and I tried. It's not going to say, I'm going to have hundreds of hours of me trying, guys. So I don't want to do this. But I demand, and I'm making my demands, that if you don't call me, because they say they're watching these streams, I'm demanding that you stand down as you did today and give Elijah his slip of release from this probation and give him his life back. If not, I'm going to hire John Caligo tomorrow. I'll sell every fucking thing I own, man. And I'm not moving from this county. I'm not. You're not going to get rid of me. I'm like that thorn in your side that won't go away. You thought you can run me out of here, what, 7, 8, 9, 10? No, you're not. I'm not going anywhere. I bought property here. I want to live here and not be bothered. And I do want to say, guys, if they brought the news out here, I bet you could reveal so many stories about these police officers out here. Let's not do that, Lake County. Let's not get the news out here and get the news involved. Because if they have some journalists come out here and start asking questions of people in these community, guys, you would be surprised what could be revealed in this community about these law enforcement officers, Tom, Sam, all these. There's a history out here too, guys. I'm serious. Think about what I'm telling you. If you had some real journalists come out here and just randomly go start asking, you would be surprised at the stories they would tell you about these police out here and their conduct. I dare you for somebody to call the news. Now, look, I'm making a demand, Lake County, Lane County. I haven't demanded anything, but I'm demanding you call my phone by noon tomorrow if I don't hear from you, because you guys won't communicate. And I put hundreds of hours of, and I've called all of you. Koresh, I've called you multiple times. The head of probation in Lane County. I even called your duty supervisor and said, I need to, please help me. I spoke to him, gave him all, nothing from Sean. Not one call from Ryan Solberg, his probation officer. Not one call from the Lane County Sheriff's Office. that they're calling my son's wife a slut. They even called somebody else a slut because they thought it was her. This is getting overwhelming. The evidence is just massive, massive. And so, okay, I'll get the attorney if that's what you want. You know, you want to play that game with me? It's not a game. My son's life is not a game to me. So I'm going to have to do this against me trying. So today I had to risk life and limb at, you know, literally, I'm glad that cop didn't pull his gun out and shoot me when I tried to go get that cat out of the back of the car. He might have done it, but he didn't. So I don't, like I said, it is what it is. I don't need any of this stuff anyways, guys. So anyways, brothers, sisters, I appreciate everybody who's helped by donating your time to this cause of Elijah, and just the comments that I discussed with him over dinner tonight and stuff. We've had discussions about the kind things that have said about Elijah, who's tried really hard to do everything and just jump through every hoop the system is told through. Imagine after to jump through twice as many hoops as everybody else. Twice as many hoops as everybody else, guys. This young man has jumped through twice as many hoops. 5 people in the same case. 5 people in the same case. One is a rapist who served 12 years out of a 25-year sentence, released into this county on parole so they keep getting a check for him. A rapist admitted to the crime, should have been sent back in parole, never served a day for this. 3 other teenagers. My son was the only one that went to jail, and for nearly a year they kept him in jail. 5 people involved, and he's the only one. And it took John to get it straightened out. So I'm going to get John in the morning, I guess. Please stand down, Lake County, because if I have to get my attorney involved, I'm going to sell everything I own, and I'm going to put it into lawsuits, not to seek vengeance or to go after anybody. But I want my son to have his life back. I don't want him to struggle like he has had to struggle these last few years and just be put down and made to feel like he's dog shit. It's just unbelievable how the system has treated him. And they have it. You guys, how is it that they said that they're watching this? The law says that they're watching this, but yet they don't intervene and do anything to help. They're supposed to serve the community. So I want this county to go under a special investigation. I want this county put up under a special investigation, guys. Listen, I'm serious, guys. If they hired a crew of news media to come out here for a week and talk to people out here, I bet you'd be blown away at the stories they would tell you on the conduct of the law enforcement in North Lake County, Oregon. Your mind would be blown, guys, at what they've done to people out here. And they get away with it, and they're not getting away with it anymore under my watch. So I'm going to demand that people make mistakes, guys. Every one of us are filthy rags, and we're not deserving of if we understand the truth, and he shows us that. But you know, Elijah has done his time. He made a mistake. That's why we have forgiveness and repentance, and you know, none of us is without darkness. This channel is called Predestination, and that is the word prohorizo in the Greek, or prohorizo. That means those he predetermined. They were imprisoned in their flesh, in their darkness of sin, born of the corrupt dust, where they will return. But only the Most High, I Am, the great I Am, exists without darkness. And he pulls who he chose from the foundation of the world, and he rebukes their hearts and calls out to them. He says, if I did not call out to their hearts to seek after me, and that not one of them, we are such of the flesh. We love to go after our own. And he tells us to deny it, cut it off, circumcise it, as Paul said. The outer man, the outer woman, the flesh, the law of the flesh, we're not under it. It's fulfilled. So he takes us and pulls us from that imprisonment of our flesh. And he pulls us into his horizo, his light, the horizon. The channel name is Predestined for Light. And that's what this is about. It's about those he chose from the sin, and he pulls us from that sin, and he pulls us to righteousness so we don't do these things. And I'm telling you, for 3 years, my son has been a righteous man, not gotten in no trouble, and double went through what the system said he had to do. It's criminal what they've done to him. He needs his life back. And I'm going to try everything in hell if it causes the death of me to give him that life. He's not perfect, and he made a mistake. But 5 guys, he's the only one to go to jail, guys. 5 men, and he's the only one to serve any time. It's insanity, guys. It's just, it's crazy. This case is just over the top. So I really wish that we could get through this, and I believe I found the flaw in the system, guys. I found the flaw in the system. The system is that it's done on paper, and we live in a digital age. That's got to end with this Elijah's case. I believe that's why God is doing this too. I believe God is going to make me set precedents, and I'm not going to ever give up. I want to do this for other people who have been on probation and parole and all these other. It should all be documented. You should never question what any probationary or parolee is, where their hours or who they work for. It's got to be tracked. I'm not about people's, when you get into the system, I know that sucks because I'm about having freedom of choice and movement. I don't believe in that word freedom, but we'll call that, okay, for movement and all that, but when you get in trouble, you have to go by the rules. So I told Elijah, put your head down, Elijah. The last thing my attorney told Elijah, do it. Just do what they tell you. So this time we're going to pay him, and he'll take care of this, guys. So if you have any way to help out financially, I'm going to be probably taking on a $25,000 bill tomorrow. So that's going to kind of wreck whatever I had here. And I thought every time this happens, that's okay, that I was going to be able to, it's all right, guys. I'll sell everything I own to get this man, so you don't have to go to prison for something he didn't do. He didn't commit any crime. 3 years, he was been a role model, righteous young man, kept to himself, loves the word of God, is not afraid to go out and preach it to others. And he don't care who he's in front of, his friends, where it's at. He brings up God. He's a good young man. And I'm going to stand by his side. He's a lot like me, so sometimes we bump heads a little bit because we're a little bit headstrong, but that's just Elijah, but he hasn't done that. We haven't seen that at all. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen him do anything but try to be what he's told. Now, he might not have got 360 hours done, but you only get, springing on him in the last 33 months is never, it's unheard of. That's unheard of. So we got to do something. We got to do something here, guys, for these people that go on probation, because I believe I found the flaw in the system. These people can do whatever they want with these hours, guys. There's no recorded into a digital type. Nothing is blockchain type, tracked and traced every movement. And that's the way it should be. So I think where my movement in the future is going to be somehow to try to give up some of my time to see that all probationaries and all action reports, all action plans are done digitally. And they get a copy of it. They should be able to print that out because it's all written out. So is probation, so is community service hours. Most of the stuff's just written out, guys. Nothing's digital. That's an issue. So do it. Holy, leave now. Cool. Bye. So, thank you guys for your support. All the support in the comments and all the telephone calls. And normally I push for calls to Lane County. So I'm going to ask you again, if one more time, guys, if you can call Lake County and let's just put some one last evidentiary on here for the record for Elijah, because he's deserving of all this extra. Thing is, it's not what goes in a man that defiles a man, it's what comes out. Do you have any idea what my tattoos say, you idiot? Dingleberry. You don't have any idea what my tattoos say. You don't have any idea what they are. Just leave. You're an idiot. I appreciate your righteous judgment, but you don't know what my tattoos are. Why don't you go back and stalk my channel and find out what I do with my tattoos? And so, either ways, this is the head of probation. I want to do this, then I got to close this out, guys. I'm getting a little, I appreciate, guys, whoever sent that. We'll put it towards the funds, towards the attorney bill, guys. And so I don't know how much, I don't know who to thank, but God watches this and sees these things, and he knows you're helping, guys. And let's do it for a record again, guys. It's hard. It's just hard going over the same, we're an echo chamber. Yeah, I'm trying to get this information out. So the head of probation, Elaine Elijah, this is Gresha Brunsman. She is the head of probation over there in Lane County. Gresha Brunsman writes my son and tells my son, "Dear Mr. Werner," and she says, "I have contacted Officer Black at the Sherman Center, and he informed me that you have 23 hours completed in your community service, leaving a balance of 30 hours, owed. 30 hours. At this point on October 5th, 2023, at 7:19 a.m., Gresha Brunman writes my son, the head of probation, and I've already spoken with her on several occasions why she's making Elijah do all this probation over again when he had already done it to leave into her county, and she's the head of probation, is criminal. The woman needs to see bar time, like literally be put in a cell. She put my son in a cell for the max time he could get. And I already told her that all these hours complete. Why should she not serve time in a jail? She put him behind bars. Why should she not go behind bars? She's a criminal. She's an absolute criminal. I told her all this information. She never looked into any of it. And so now she's got Elijah doing all his hours over again. He puts his head down, calls me, whatever. We go through it. Now he's got 30 hours remaining. He has 30 hours, a balance of 30 hours, He has a balance of 30 hours owed. A balance of 30 hours owed, and he's done at least 100 hours since then. When is it going to stop? It's not. They have issued an arrest warrant for his arrest. And I already told him, if you do that, I will take him, and I will not let you arrest him. And you see that today. I wouldn't let the cops have him, would I? No, I made him come straight back to this house and go in the house, and I stepped in front of these cops and told them to stand down. I'd already talked to them, gave them the evidence, told them to leave. I don't care what you call. I don't care. You don't want to have a conversation, leave. I'm in charge of their safety. I'm not going to let you take him from me. I arrested him, and I arrested his girlfriend, and you're not going anywhere. No, they aren't. You are. You're going to get in your car and turn around and leave. Sam, we already talked, remember? How many calls has Sam made to Lily? Has Sam called Ted, the district attorney? Has Sam called and spoken with Greer, Mr. Greer, at the head of probation? Has Sam spoken with the elected sheriff, Michael Taylor, that have been trying and demanding for a whole year to come out to my house to try to rectify the problems that I'm having with probation, all these other things. Not going to get swept under the rug. Actually, now I'm demanding. I'm making a demand. We're going to end it with the demand. I demand you stand down as I demanded them to stand down today. I don't care. You put your stupid little lights on in your little stupid pirate vehicle, your road raider. You're not going to extort me and my son. Okay? And if you extort my wealth, it'll be to protect him. So what? Drain me dry. I'll ever spend every last penny I have and sell everything I own on this property. All the property I have. I don't own all of it. I've been paying on a lot of it for a lot of years. This one almost, 10 years? Got nearly 25,000. I'll put 25,000 up for Elijah. That's what it's going to cost me, guys. That's what it cost me last time. I'll do it again. I'll do it again. You don't celebrate birth. Only Satanists celebrate birth, so. Raining out here, guys. Interesting. But I'm demanding that they stand down. Stand down, Lake County. I don't want to get shot. My son has asked for a peaceful revolution, but I'm not asking anymore. I'm demanding. I'm making demands out here in the desert. They got this guy making, yeah, I demanded that sheriff turn off his stupid lights and go the fuck home. Leave me alone. Stop bothering me and my son. I already told him, what are you doing on the job still? I thought I told you to go home and turn in your badge yesterday. You failed. You didn't even listen to my son. You told him he'd been on the run for a year and he was doing probation. So, birthday is idolatry. That's the celebration of self. You're celebrating yourself. So, birthdays are vain. Any holidays. We don't celebrate no holidays. None of them. None. Zero. No traditions, no holidays. Celebrate Christ every day. Edify and glory him every single day. Who shall ever come after me? Let them deny themselves. Take up your cross daily. He never says you can set it down. Whoever should be my disciple, take up your cross. You can't set it down. That's Matthew and Luke. And follow after me. So we're going to be crucified to the day we die, guys. We know that. Elijah is a believer in the Hamashiach, the anointed, Shiloh. I am. And he pays the price for it because his dad pushes harder than he ever thinks he could, but that's not his job. His job is to preach the gospel, teach the gospel, go and spread it and be crucified for it. So hey, Dane, why are you still in here? You're an idiot. I'll hang out with idiots. Idiot toss. They're very unlearned. Your knowledge is very okay, bye there. Why? God has a place for people like you. You're called vessels of wrath, fitted for destruction. God is not trying to turn and put anybody into heaven. So don't worry. God won't shove you through the gates of heaven. Get in there now. No, he's got a place for you. And they don't give a rat's, you know what you done. They got no questions. They don't care. And there ain't no walls or they don't, no vetting process. God's going to ask and make you accountable and pass you through the judgments, whether you like it or not. And then he's sending you there. So you're going to go through his judgments no matter what. So it doesn't matter what you think or what your spiritual or idiocracy. I don't have one good religion. I rebuke and puke on all religions because they're vile and vain. So don't know of one of them, especially Christianity and, well, Catholicism. They're the same thing. So they're vanity, guys. They're vanity. So we don't celebrate any of these things. There's no, that what we go through is a daily cross. What we go through is suffering daily and crucifixion. So I know that I'm on the right path, brothers and sisters, because if my life was easy, it would, well, I probably wouldn't have had today now, would I? So thank you, Father, for giving me the strength. But I'm going to use you, Father, for the strength. Why do you hold your cross? Because Christianity is just Catholicism. I don't believe in any religion. Don't say Christianity. That's just some stupid, ignorant name. The God didn't. That's all idiotic. Study Christianity. You'll find out where it comes from. The Egyptian religion. I believe in I am, who sent the only begotten Son of Lamb. I don't do no religions. Religions are vain, and then 99% of them worship birthdays and holidays. So they're pagans, and they're vain, and they're going to get thrown in the lake of fire, right? The place of no knowledge, because they lack it. I'm not supposed to celebrate any holidays. Glorify the law, thy Shem. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Glorify thy Shem, thy law. The law, his name, testament we're under. He fulfilled the flesh, right? We're under this new, he fulfilled the law, but there are still commandments that were under old. He didn't abolish the law. He fulfilled the law. So I don't go by no stupid religion. So what books do you? Okay, guys, thank you so much. I hope Lake County and Lane will stand down as they did today. Good job, Sam. Good job proving that this county don't do anything. What'd you tell them when you get back? Well, I put my lights on and they just drove down the driveway and drove home. Yeah, I'm not gonna let my son stop and put him in some kind of rape cage. Not gonna happen. I'm a man of God. I don't fear you. You should have seen that today in my live streams, guys. I'm not supposed to go running at an armed man with a gun, demanding things from him. So, well, no, I'm demanding my son don't stop that car. Then you better believe that I'm going to jump out and make sure he don't shoot my son and demand he turn his little police vehicle around, turn his stupid lights off and go away. I don't want to hear your stuff. And I already talked to you on the phone and you don't want to do anything. You never even asked about his wife. You think you care about anybody out this property? You just want to come in and shoot people. That's what you want to do. You just want to shoot people. Oh, wait, you didn't do that today. Maybe I got you wrong, Sam. Maybe I got you wrong. Maybe there will be some kind of peaceful resolution, Sam. Maybe you're the key to it, Sam. You're holding all the evidence now, Sam. The ball's in your car, buddy. You got the video. What are you going to do with it? Let's just squash it. Let's just have a resolution peacefully. Let's get Elijah off probation. He should have been off years ago. I have all the proof and we'll be done with this. No lawsuits. We'll go quiet. And I'm not leaving this town. I'm going to stay here. I might still have a land payment, but I'll sell everything I own to get this young man to never see a prison. Not those 5 years. He should not even have any of that you've thrown and scared the shit out of him. He's either going to lose his life or he's going to lose 5 years of his life. That's pretty much losing his life. So I demand they stand down. I demand you stand down, Lake County. No more. Did you watch the video? Did you see the stream earlier there, Enormous? The events from earlier on today? Were you there on the live stream, on the last stream? I might suggest you might go watch the last live stream. It's pretty exciting. So, but thank you guys. Cool. I appreciate it. I mean, this is getting a little overwhelming for me. So, Enormous, tomorrow I'm hiring the attorney. I don't want this to go any further. It can't go any further. I cannot allow this to go not one step further. So I'm going to make my demands here because they say they're watching these videos, and I know that they are. After that cop pulled down to the end of the driveway and he was flashing his lights, I'm like, if you're watching this and he's flashing his lights, so he was communicating. I'm going to have to. I just don't know where I'm going to come up with the money other than to sell the land that I have and whatever. I'll do whatever. Maybe figure out some other assets or something I can liquidate. I'll get it done though. I'll make it happen and I'll do it quick. I'm going to get this done tomorrow. I'm going to figure out something else. I have somebody else that wanted to buy another piece of property from me, and he was wanting to buy the Bowens property, but I'm sure that he can, take a look at this, but I don't know. That might take a little bit of time. So maybe I can get a retainer. And pay more. So if you guys want to help, it's there. This case might go national, guys. I think tomorrow, if these guys make me call my attorney, I'm calling the news. I'm calling the news. I want them to come out and investigate this town. Guys, listen to me, please. If I had a group of news people come out here and interview the people of this county and they told you the stories of what these police had done to these people, they would tell you horror stories, guys. This county needs put under investigation. It really does. And I'm not afraid to be the one to expose them, guys. Like I said, listen, this can be resolved peacefully. All this will go away. Don't send any news out here. Don't send any news. I'm going to hold off until noon tomorrow. I've made no demands. I've pleaded for communication. I'm not demanding anything other. Well, today I demanded that cop turn around and leave. But I demand that Lake County contact me and give me Elijah's release from probation. And all of this will go away. You guys love to do that, then let it go away. I'm not leaving this town. You're not going to make me move out of this town. I'm not leaving. I'm not afraid of you. I want to live here in peace with my son. I want to build him a house in this community. The community that gave us hell, we want to live there because we're not afraid. God will protect us here. So stand down, Lake County. You have until noon tomorrow to give Elijah a release from probation. We can already prove that you've almost made him double, and my attorney will be able to prove that. Remember, I told you I called my attorney through multiple steps, even at halfway through his probation. It would have said something on his action report, guys, and it didn't. So there's so much mounds of evidence. Mounds and mounds and mounds and mounds of evidence, guys, stacked against both these counties. A defamation of character against the chief of police. Wait till he summons. If this goes this far, guys, I'm not going to ever give up, and I'm not seeking vengeance. I'm going to try to use the law to expose the truth. Wait until we expose that Lane County chief of police told Sarah from Texas that Elijah's wife was a slut. Imagine that. That's defamation of character, guys. There are so many different aspects to this. There are so many different aspects to what has gone on here. That is a whole different case for Adriana. To be called a slut to somebody on a public phone, he's the chief of police, calls his wife a slut. And guys, I told you, they've been dating for I don't know how many years, and I've never even seen this woman's ankle or her collarbone. She's never wore a shirt that was like low, she wears normal sweater, or she goes to work. It's insane that a chief of police of Lane County could call. And then, guys, if you guys called over there, you saw exactly how they treated you guys. All you had to do is mention our name, and bam, you get hung up on. Either mine or Elijah's, they'll just hang up. So they're not going to get to sweep it under the rug. So if you want it swept under the rug, well, it's going to come at a cost. And that cost is that you take Elijah off probation tomorrow immediately. Start working in the morning. Start working in the morning and get it taken care of. So by noon, you can have this email to me so I can see something and Elijah get his life back. It will go away. We'll go away. We'll go away. I'll shut the fuck up, and I don't ever be quiet. I don't ever be quiet. And I don't ever even talk like this. But I'm pretty serious about this, guys. I will stop. Now, don't do more crap out here. Just go do your jobs. Do your jobs. Most of these people are probably going to end up getting fired. So no, lady in red, I'm not going for no pro bono or legal aid. I'm hiring a $25,000 attorney. I'm hiring a $25,000 attorney. So it's what I had to do last time for Elijah. It's what it took, but it got it done. So the county knows who they are, who John Caligo is. I'm going to bring John Caligo into this tomorrow, Lake County, if you don't stop. Lane County, you know who John Caligo is. Your office is off. His office is in Pearl Street in Lane County, Oregon. So you know who John Caligo is. He's down there in your courtroom almost every week. You're going to have him on your ass too. I'm going to have him start summoning all this. Guys, we have put up a mound of evidence too. A mound of evidence. Think about all the people who called in and they were hung up on or told that, you know, called names. They told Sarah they were going to come after her. They told Sarah if she called again that they were going to go to and find her and go after her. They were literally cussing at and using profanities, and I have too, but I'm not a police officer. I'm a son's father that doesn't want him to get thrown into prison for reasons that are unlawful. So I will protect him. So I'm making my demands that Lake County stand down and make sure either doesn't count. I don't care where it comes from, either lake or lane. And I will drop all these things. I will drop everything. I will drop all of it. Let me live in here with peace, my son. We'll even be, how about this? We'll build homes here, more homes, and I'll open up a little restaurant out here. And we'll stay here and we'll just be a good contributing community member like we already are. Like Elijah was. They were real quiet in their community. They ain't never been no trouble. They have neighbors like them. They're role model citizens over there. Pay the taxes, do all the... Elijah is an honest man. He has working hands. Like I said, a lot of the times his wife has to deal with greasy hands until he can get them washed because he works hard for what he has. Fixing and tuning cars and modifying and doing all these different things that they do to cars these days. So he's pretty good, you know. So I'm hoping that my demands, because I haven't, it isn't too much about the money, enormous, but I'm done. If they make me spend my money, it's going to be about money then, and not to become rich or anything. So I don't ever have to suffer and go through any of this. I just want to live the rest of my life in peace, guys. And I know I'm going to have suffering, you know what I'm saying? But Elijah's been through hell in the last, you know, few years, and it's been longer for me. We've all been through a rough patch here in these last 10 years for Elijah, myself, and God, a lot of people, anybody's been around us. It's been kind of tough. So, hopefully they're listening to my demands because I'm not playing anymore. If they make me go into this money mode, guys, I don't want to do this. I'm going to have to probably stop live streaming and start going and trying to come up with funds. I won't stop live streaming at all, like I said, you know, but I'll really need to focus on, you guys, it took me a lot of effort. Remember, I don't have any income. I don't get Social Security, no veterans benefits. I'm an honorably discharged veteran. I've been in law enforcement. I don't like the fact that, but I was a school bus driver. I've served this country. I've done, you know, I was a single dad parent for 9 years, 9 years, never got any child support. And I make my money an honest way. So last time to come up with $25,000 for me, it didn't happen overnight, guys. Elijah had to sit in there for a little bit. I mean, I told you, he served 10, almost 11 months. I think he went through 3 or 4 other attorneys, guys. I thought about it earlier and forgot about some of the other horrible attorneys that I looked into, or as public defenders, or I can't remember what it was, but it took me a minute. This time it won't take me that long. You have I'll be able to get John to take the case tomorrow. I know that. I'm certain of that. So I'll have somebody, you know, whatever. But even I think I can put my deed up, is what I've been thinking. I'm pretty sure the deed of this property is worth more than it is, but I don't know how that'll work. So, but I'm coming after him. You make me sell my property that I worked so hard to get. That was after I paid Elijah's $25,000 attorney fees with John. Stop. I still was able to pay off that land, and I did it the honest way. So I'll work hard, but I'll sell that land if I have to. And I'm on it tomorrow. So you got until noon tomorrow. These are my demands, Lake County. These are my demands, Lane County. I think there's going to be a lot of people who lose their job over this, guys, potentially. And then I want the system to go digital. I want the system to go digital. I demand that you start looking into going digital for all action plans and all community service. So I don't want to do this, guys. What I want to happen tomorrow is I want Lake County to call me and go, hey, we want to clear this up, Tracy. Okay, we see you've spoken to everybody. Your phone records are extensive. You have just not stopped. That's what I'm saying, Tori. That's where the downfall in this. Everything should be digital. It's so hard to believe that the probation system is not set up already that way. This is how they screw this is how they screw these people, guys. This is how they screw people. Is this that not being digital? And I don't like digital, but this could prevent things from happening like this. Like, for example, guys, watch. Remember I said those action plans, if we took 100 action plans and we took them when we looked at them, each one, could we find any action plan where the probationary was given their community service at the very end of the probation, not at the front side? See, if we had that all in the system, watch. That is an algorithm. Remember, it's going to take all those action plans and it's going to be able to compute you an answer like that. Like that. Oh, no, Elijah Werner's the only one that has hours at the end of his probation, not at the front side. What the hell? Something's wrong here. It would get the answer like that. It could get the answer like that. There'd be no disputing anything. You know, like I said, I need 100 action plans. Put them in the system. Compare it. Analyze it. Bam. Let's do it. Compute it out like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And it would say, well, here's this only one that it's. So I don't know how the system, and I don't like that type of system, but in some places it works very well. So I think probation is the perfect example. Somebody kind of loses their right to freedom, guys. I don't believe in digitally tracking and tracing everything. That should be illegal. But guys, if you get in trouble, you're going to lose some of your rights to privacy. You're going to lose some of your freedoms. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? You'd be able to easily get this stuff out like that. You'd be able to look in the system at any time and say, hey, he has this many hours worked for it. It's incredible that it's all on paper, guys. These people are supposed to keep track of their own hours, and they write it down wherever they go out. There's so much margin for error in this case because they don't keep good records. They tell me, oh, you got to keep your own. I don't ever want to hear that a probationary is supposed to keep their own records. So I don't like interrupting people's right to freedom, anonymity, and all those things. But if you go into probation, you lose a little bit of those rights. So, I mean, the right to meaning that they can track all of these movements of where you've worked and where what your action. But this should keep these probationaries honest too, as well as the probation officers. So we've got to get this, and I think that's what's going to happen, guys. I'm not going to stop until they either. Maybe I'll peacefully look into this. Maybe I'll peacefully look into this if they stand down. I don't think I'm going to stop this, guys. I think I found a little niche that I think it's very worth hundreds of hours of my time to try to help figure out a way for it shouldn't be hard, guys. That should almost be able to interface like that into the probation system. I don't even see how it's not. Anyways, what is that? Yes, I don't like any of this sign-ins, I want it all to be digital. That way it could all be tracked and traced, including their action plan. So not just community service hours, but their action plan as well. All of it. If they want to give them a printout of it, that's fine. But no more handwriting. No more handwriting, guys. This has got to go, man. This is how these people do this. This is how they think about it. If they want to run a racket, this could easily be run a racket this way. Oh, no, these haven't been done. They didn't have your, what? How are you going to say it? It's probation. You can't talk back on probation, guys. You can't talk at all. You need, I am on probation. I am calling probation. I need to get my hours, please. My name is, I don't want to raise my voice, because if I do, you'll hang up on me. Please, I need to speak with probation. You have to be like a fucking robot to talk to these people, guys. You're yelling at me. They're idiots, guys. They remind me of the COVID police. They're power hungry. I think an AI robot can do a better job, not artificial. There's no such thing. You guys don't talk about artificial intelligence. You're an idiot. There's no such thing as artificial intelligence. Advanced intelligence, you can get so easily swayed. Oh, Agenda 2030. No, Agenda 2021, you morons. Sustainable development for the 21st century. You guys let yourself be just twisted like this, it's called forward or to pervert or twist. He said, you're forwarding my law. Let's not do that. That's what's been done here. So let's not do that in our own lives. And that's all I'm doing is unperverting most of the time the truth. And that's all I'm doing for my son. So I demand that if you want all these truths to come out, you don't want this county to go down, because it's going to probably be a big, huge investigation, guys. I mean, I'm not a rich man, but I have some land and I have some assets, and I think I can get some support, guys. I think I could get some support. I really do. I'm not going to try to grift the heck out of people, but I think I can get people to donate to this cause. And so all I want to tell you, I want to make a plea, if I could. Adriana officially lost her job over this, guys. Adriana has officially lost her job over this. She's officially lost her job, guys. I feel so bad for that lady. She's been working there for a long time, guys. That's a job. I believe her pay is pretty reasonable. She has about $1,300 or something in just rent, or something a little more than that. A duplex, but please donate if you have the ability to her. She's, my son too, because I mean, whatever, but I don't know how they're going to pay the rent this month, guys. And I don't even know if they're going to be able to keep their apartment. They're so in right in the middle of everything. So unfortunately, the lady doesn't have any more income. And I feel bad. I feel so bad that this is happening to them. Their whole lives are just being shredded to pieces, guys. So I'm trying to keep some regularly in their life. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'll try to figure. I want to set up a GoFundMe for her, because I feel so bad. She's stuck in the middle of all this, guys. Imagine losing your job over this. And like I said, I think she's worked for there for years. So, but it is official, and I guess I don't want her not showing up to work and not being there. Well, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I wanted to let you know. So, yeah, my heart's breaking for her. Being imagine thinking your husband's going to get put in jail. So, because she doesn't know she's been gone for a week, then she can't just call in and say, this is bigger than that. So appreciate it. Yeah, no doubt, Devil Dog. What'd you get, like 2 bags? A bag? So, all right, guys, I went a little longer than I thought I would, which is good. Thank you, Father, for giving me the strength. I didn't think I'd have a strength to make it an hour. So I'm gonna just sit back and relax. I'm not gonna sleep tonight. I can tell you already. I'm not gonna sleep. I'm just not. I'm worried about my son and coming in here and doing something stupid because of me making him, come back home and not, so go watch the videos, share this out, guys. Love you guys. Appreciate all you guys' support. You guys are beautiful people, and God's watching you. and he will pour out a just measure on you. Trust you me, or reap what you sow. If you don't get your reward here on this earth, I assure you it will be in heaven. He says he will pour out that just measure. And when he turns you and shakes you upside down, he lifts you upside down, because he is the snare that lifts us out of here. All your treasure's going to fall out in heaven. You will be there waiting when he shakes you and pulls all that treasure that you put up, not on this earth, but in heaven. It'll be there. So thank you, guys. Oh yeah, he left. He left. Well, yeah, he did laps for a couple hours around the property because we could see him going by. So, so through much tribulation we must go through to be with the Father, guys. I hope this is an example of a life of suffering. I hope my life is an example of Christ. Father, please make my life an example of you. Please let me conform to your image. They killed you because you wouldn't go by the law. If I need to lose my life, then so be it, Father. I will lose my life for whatever you want me to do. You are my vessel. Please be the wind in my sail, Father. I need to keep this vessel going, guys. So I'm glad he gives me that strength, and he's that wind. And you guys have really been such a blessing. And I want to tell you that my son has been very overwhelmed. It's beautiful and all this. He's such a beautiful young man. To sit there and see the look in his eyes and say, Dad, people have been saying some of the nicest things, and I cannot believe the pouring out on the channel, your channel, for, Adrian and myself has just been overwhelming. And it's so beautiful to see that look in his eyes amidst all this chaos in his life, that he can take the time to recognize that you guys are there supporting him. He sees what you're doing, even though he's stressed and he sees what you're doing. He said, Dad, this is overwhelming. I cannot believe some of the things that people have said, very nice things in this time when it's really rough, because people can be very brutal, like kids in school. They just don't care. They're just brutal. Like kids, they say the darndest things. So, okay. God's will be done. Please pray for God's will for me tonight. And if they come bust down these doors and shoot us all, well, then hallelujah, that'll be in the will of the Father. Okay, don't get in the way of that. But I don't normally ever ask anybody to pray for us, ever. I don't ask for prayer. I never call for prayer, and I'm not saying you can't, but I'm calling for you guys to put that protection like he put over us tonight. But more in protection of his, I want the will more than anything. I don't want any change of the will. You understand? So please say whatever Tracy and Adriana and Elijah are doing out there, just, Father, your will be done. And that's what I want. And if he wants all of us to be shot dead, none of us to be hurt, they call us in the morning, I don't want to change whatever jot or tittle he ever wrote already from the foundation of the world. So please, let's not get in the way of the will of the Father here. I know he's working, brothers and sisters. It's just sometimes it's hard to see how he does things. But normally when we go through this refiner's fire, it makes us stronger. Okay? I'm sorry to hear that. All good. That sucks, man. I got my son here held hostage here in the desert, trying to protect him from a barely train of law enforcement officers that want to put him in prison for something he had already now completed and done exactly what he's supposed to do. So, okay, guys, sorry, a little overwhelmed there. All right, thank you, guys. I demand Lake County a call from you by noon. If not, I'm already going to be on the phone at 9 o'clock in the morning with my attorney. And I'm going to tell him 9, 10, 11, 12. I told them they have 3 hours, John, and then let's do this. Let's go ahead and just start whatever, John. What evidence do you want? I'll start piling it on. Remember, John, I already called you at halfway to get Elijah off probation. If I just had the money back then, he could have got off. Well, look at what they did to him. Oh, yeah, he's not going to be happy about this, guys. So he's the one that dealt with this county before, so they're going to get to deal with him again. So Lake County, when you listen to this live stream, you're going to get John Caligo again. Please don't make me hire John Caligo. I hired John Caligo. I'm going for everybody's job out here that wronged my son, not out of vengeance, to make it right, to pour out a just measure. Okay? So, much love. Please, guys, start calling whenever you have your chance in the morning. Whatever you can do to help. Say, call, settle that with that guy. Please settle it. I watched his live stream. He said his son only had 30 hours. He showed us video evidence. He showed us actual evidence from the head of probation. And you've made him do almost 100 hours since then. It's just too much. Okay, so I know that my attorney will put a stop to this. So I just was trying to get it. So I didn't. That could be their house, guys. That $25,000 could go towards a good chunk of them starting some kind of house out here, guys. But I got to come up with those funds. So the links are in the description if you guys need them. If there's any way, if you know anybody on any other way for this to work, I'm not hiring a pro bono. I need somebody. This is a very serious case. I think this might go maybe even federal, guys, at this point. This is just getting, I think it might have to go past this. I really do. There's just such a conflict of interest with so many people involved in the county between probation, and I really think this is going to have to step outside of this. So I think it's serious enough the feds will pick it up now, and I hope that I'm wrong. But I'm not going to run away from these thugs, guys. So if tomorrow they don't settle, guys, I will be calling every news station around the world, all these alternative news stations, to come out here and question organically, guys. Just question. They can go anywhere they want in this town and just start putting a microphone in people's faces and asking about the law enforcement in this town. Do you want that, Lake County? Is that what you want, Lake County? Do you want me to have news stations coming out here and investigating all these people out here you've been running around for some time that are afraid as hell of you to speak up? That probably will, if they know that this station, if this goes, to the news, because I've kind of held off, but I don't think it can be held off any longer. I think this is a very newsworthy story of the corruption of probation between these counties and the corruption within the system of non-digital. I'm not stopping at that. I'm not. I'm going to make sure in my day, hopefully before I die, that I can see every person that's on probation be done digitally, their action plan and their community service. I really think this is worthwhile now. I do think this is a cause worth putting my time into. So if I have it my way, that will happen, and they'll stand down, and I'll just have to do the hard way. I'll have to earn everything the hard way. I won't have to sell my land, and I won't have to make those sacrifices that I have to make, but I will make them. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for your support. Always Agape, and I have a Bitcoin Cash App too if you want to support Bitcoin. I never say that. Interesting. Somebody donated a Bitcoin and I didn't use it, but it's still there. So I have a Cash App Bitcoin if you want to donate Bitcoin to my Cash App. Cash App and Lanecountychoppers, guys. I'm looking at probably at least $25,000 to get this case started. I'm pretty sure that's about what it cost me last time. So I'll do everything. I'll sell everything I have. If you have any way to help, that'd be great. But don't give anything if you don't. So I don't want to face God at judgment. So you took something from somebody that didn't have the money. I don't want that to happen. Okay. Much love. We'll pull through this by the glory of God. Lake County, me and my son had dinner tonight with his wife. A peaceful dinner. We're not going to let you take our lives away. I'm here at my home. They know where I'm at. If you want to come talk, let's do it through the phone at first. Nobody's going out to meet anybody. I'm not giving Elijah up. That's not an option anymore. Obviously, you've seen that, so you need to give him his release from probation. And we won't go any further. That's my demand. I will be calling John Cleo, guys. You will be able to see my phone records tomorrow. They'll be able to summons that I'm calling my attorney at 9 o'clock to get the ball rolling. So I suggest you get started tonight, Lake County. Just make this go away, please. Legally, you're not doing anything illegal by making it go away. You're actually covering your own ass. so you don't get sued. Let me live in this county in peace, and I will show you I'll be a good contributor to this community. I really like this community, and there are a lot of people in this community who like me too. In ways some people don't, but there are people who enjoy hearing the word of God, and it's kind of a thing that I do. So I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next live stream. And thank you so much for all the support that you guys have shown, Elijah. You've really made this much less painful. So it's going to take pain, sorrows, more intensifying pain, but we will get through it. He said you have to endure to the end to be saved. Right? Endure. And what does he tell us? What's the word? Sozo? That means to be carried, like footprints, from one place to an ending point, right? From beginning to an ending point. To be saved, we must endure to the end because he carries us to be redeemed. So much love. Thank you for listening, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you sometimes tomorrow. I'll be back up in the morning live streaming this probably. Hopefully they don't show up. If they do, we'll go live immediately like I did today. All right. Thanks for all the support. Always Agape. Thank you for letting me pull off the lies of the system and reveal it, because that's what I do. I'm probably going to have to be Tracy Warner for court, but I am Revelation, and you know why. That's what I'm here to do, to share and spread the truth and pull the lies and show you that truth, show you that aletheia. That's what I do. I am Apocalypse. Whoa.